Well, if I didn't give the surprise away, our next speaker is Ellen. I would say her last name, but I don't want to mess it up. This is speech number 7. Research your topic. The speech is about canine disc disease, not a death sentence. Ellen will teach about the condition veterinarians are often uneducated about, disc disease. Please help me welcome Ellen.
So I have a puppy dog, and I know some of you folks are animal people and some of you aren't. I'm going to talk to you tonight about a condition that's important for everyone to know about because it does have a human component. Also, it is if you can imagine yourself as a veterinarian, regular doctors only have to know one animal, one human. Mm-hmm. Veterinarians have to know so many different species. It's difficult as a veterinarian not only to know all the different species, but all the different conditions within each species. So disc disease is a condition where when an animal presents, oftentimes a vet will encourage the parent, the pet owner, to put the animal to sleep because they just don't have the experience with it. But the fact is, it's a treatable condition if you know what to watch out for and how to get them through it. And so it's important not only for pet owners to know about this, but for people in general so that when your friend's dog goes down, you can guide them to a safe vet that can help you deal with this condition. So this is a skeleton of a dog. Unfortunately, I have not yet mastered the projection, but I do have my graphics up front, and luckily it's a small audience tonight. So this is a dog spine from Mar Vista Animal Medical Center, published by them. And my dog Claire is certified as a therapy dog, so we go and visit nursing homes and convalescent centers, and she loved that social activity. Well, one day, Claire presented screaming, like shrieking. Like, this is not a bark. She was shrieking in pain before I even touched her. I had no idea what was going on, and we rushed off to a vet. Turns out she had herniated a disc in her spine. Disc disease, also known as IVDD, is a condition where the discs in the spine harden and calcify prematurely. So then, even through normal motion, you can tear the disc, and the herniation is when the spinal material protrudes through the disc and it can cause pressure on the spine. That's the painful condition, and also the swelling that presents can lead to nerve damage. So that condition, like I said, it is treatable if you know how to handle it. But because the dog is in so much pain, oftentimes a vet would recommend just to put them down. All you have to do, really, there's two. Today I'm going to walk you through the methods of treatment, what it is, the methods of treatment, and what the future can look like for your pet. Now this happens in dogs and cats. I'm going to speak a lot about dogs because that's my experience, but it's a general condition. Prevalent through a lot of different breeds, but particularly associated with Condylostroid dwarf dogs, ones with long backs and short legs, like corgis. My dog is a mini version of a fox terrier, toy fox terrier. So it's the Condylostroid that made her prone to this. Turns out 1 of 5 dachshunds, doxies, however you say that, have back problems, and that's what this is, and it's related to the premature aging of the discs. So there's basically 2 ways to treat disc disease. You go medically, which is surgical, which if they have the best prognosis for surgery is within 24 hours after the injury, and they physically go in and fix the extruded disc material. They put it back and correct that way. But you can also treat this conservatively, which is meds and crate rest. So you give anti-inflammatories to reduce the inflammation and pain meds to reduce the pain, and then you use a crate the way you would a cast on a child's arm. You use a crate to immobilize them long enough for the disc to heal itself, which is typically about 8 weeks. So it's a long, prolonged period where you can't let them move. The idea is that they move as little as possible. So you carry them out to potty and carry them back in. And they spend literally 8 weeks in their crate. But if they do that long enough, they do heal, and you don't need to put them down. So that's why it's important to know about this in advance. I did not have that education. My dog was shrieking in pain, and I was told I needed a $6,000 surgery within 24 hours.
Oh.
So that is a scramble to come up with the money, and how do you take care of them? Well, if you know in advance about these things, it removes a lot of the anxiety. So education is certainly a big component of this condition. So that's basically what I want to teach you guys today is that it is treatable. So here is the 4 stages to a disc herniation, where you have degeneration, then the prolapse, where it can start to push and cause pressure. The extrusion is the herniation itself. And then when it can completely come out into the spinal cord, that's known as sequestration. With nerve damage, the nails may scuff, they may have wobbly walking or knuckled paws, and they could be totally paralyzed. Those are the signs. This is my dog when she was on crate rest for 8 weeks. And again, the idea is just immobilization like a cast. A myelogram is one of the tests that you can use to diagnose spinal conditions. And you'll be able to see, so x-rays only show bone. They don't show the spaces in between the discs. So that's why you have to go to advanced imaging, a myelogram or a CT, to see what's actually going on with the spine. And you'll be able to see where the disc disease, the disc material is actually extruding. Treatments for IBDD, in addition to surgery, can include holistic means like laser therapy. My dog had laser therapy. She still goes twice a week for laser therapy. Acupuncture and acupressure is another one. She had acupuncture. My dog will not stay still, so that's why we go for the laser. And hydrotherapy is often a great way for them to recover because it takes the pressure off of their spine while encouraging the movement. So then they get their muscle mass back, and the muscles are very important to support the spine. So like now when I have her teeth cleaned, I have to go to special handlers that understand her condition, because when she's put under, she doesn't have the support of the muscles surrounding the spine, and so she can easily move her back the wrong way. So then it becomes important in the future of the animal that you know people that can treat this condition. So the proper way to carry a dog is to support the entire length of the spine. So you can teach people that, like my dog walkers, I make sure they all know how to handle her spinal health. And in the end, what you end up with is confidence, the feeling you experienced before you fully understand the situation. But with education, you can come back to that place of comfort. And in the end, your dog can live a long and normal life, understanding the condition and knowing that there are means of treatment. So thank you very much.